Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you guys. I just wanted to say to Hunter that I see you. I see the smirk on your face. I see the judgment towards others coming out through your eyes. I see the chin jutting out, saying, go ahead. Go ahead. Take that next step. I see you not looking at anybody, but looking at them in a fashion that says, I don't care. Only I matter. That also made quite an impact on your, whatever you want to call it, for Ethan at the service. That was about you, Hunter. That was not about Ethan. You didn't have one nice thing to say about him, actually, in my opinion. Because everything you did say, if it was something nice, you took it away by saying something else. We all now know that he owed you money. Wasn't part of it from golfing? Where'd you get all your money to golf, Hunter? That's an expensive sport. And you do it a lot. So, but you have a pretty, I'm going to say it for lack of better words, dead-on aim with the golf club. And you're tall, and you're pretty stocky. So I bet you got some force behind that swing as well. And hey, Hunter, you're not fooling me. I know when you were in your kitchen washing dishes. No, don't worry, E. I'll get the dishes tonight. You were looking out that window at their back deck, watching everything that was going on. Should we get a Sharpie and draw an S on your forehead? How come every time that we saw on the cams, the noise complaint was called in, it was your fault? You were the one with the music turned up too extreme at someone else's house, who I pretty much think you thought was yours. It was all yours, right? Right, Hunter? That was actually your house, right? Well, not your house, but, excuse me, that was your office. Let's put it that way. That was your office. How come on that one where the officers were at the frat house and then they decide, well, since we're here, we might as well give them a warning too, because if we don't, blah, blah, blah. How come they beat-feeded it over there so quickly? And how come he ignored everything? An officer is trained to see things like this, right? They're trained to see nefarious activities. I'm not trained, but I could see what was going on in front of that house. It was so obvious. Yet he walked right past it. Right on past it. And up that hill. I mean, Casey couldn't even keep up with him. Casey was huffing and puffing. But Casey also ignored it. And I don't think that the other officer, you know who he is, because you're very intimate with him, actually. I don't think he wanted Casey up there as fast as he got up there. But he did, nonetheless. Because while he was beat-feeding it up there to talk to you, because I'm fairly certain that he saw you in the back from the frat house. And so that's why, it was, we got to get over there, right? But not only were you outside and visible in the line, sight. But so was Dylan. And another guy who looked a lot like Quinn. But they made it in the house beside her before he could get up there, right before the officer could get up there. But you waited, or maybe you came out, who knows. But what you did was you got awfully close to that officer, and when Casey was coming up that hill, you guys were, you might as well have been kissing, that's how close you were. You were discussing something. You were also showing exactly what that officer had over you. He had control because you could see it in your eyes and in your motions and in your body language and in your actions. Because you were pointing, he was saying something to you, and you were pointing over at the frat house. Like you were blaming them, or like, no, that's where the guy went, because that's where the guy with the backpack in the front of the house went after he went to the king, right? Isn't that where he went, that path? We saw him walk that way, right? If I recall. The guy with the backpack, all the goodies in the backpack, that guy. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right? Okay, so you're pointing fingers over there, and then you're being scolded. You can see it in your eyes, in your motions, because you put your head down, like, oh, like you're being scolded. Oh, I'm scolded, and then you kind of do a little body motion, like you're swinging your arms, like a little kid does, and then you go into the house. But before you go into the house, you turn back and you look over your shoulder, Dad, I was scolded. I gotta go stand in the corner. Kind of thing. But I almost think that the officer handed you something. It looked like you had something in your hand. You're smooth, but you're not that smooth. So could it be... Well, I'm not going to go there yet. We'll see how this goes. But one thing I want to know is, where's your necklace? Who gave you that necklace? And quite frankly, I don't know if you know this or not. On is a very strong, dense cotton fabric. Red. That's just really tight, so it's very strong to hold those pearls on there, because pearls are heavy. But pearls are also I don't want to say absorbent, but they are let me think about that for a minute. I got the word for it. All I see when I look at that necklace around your neck is DNA strands after DNA strand 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 on a cotton strand. And those pearls have holes in them because you have to in order to string it on to that strand, right? And pearls aren't so tight that they make it crack. They're strung fairly tight, but not too tight, because you don't want them to rub too much together. But they're close enough together to hold stuff in, to protect what's on that cotton strand. And not to mention those little holes in those pearls, moving back and forth as you move on that cotton strand. So every little pearl has all those other threads in it. Strands, threads, strands, threads. Is that your trophy, Hunter? Is that pearl necklace your trophy? And why do you wear that? I did a little bit of research on that, and basically what it says is it's a new fashion for the elite to wear pearl necklaces. Are you elite, Hunter? If so, why? Why were you still there, by the way? You were graduated, huh? Oh, better yet, why were you in the picture with all the other guys from Sigma when you're not even in that fraternity, with Scott Green when they took the main picture for the scholarship that they had given out? How come you were in that picture? That boggles my mind. But better yet, but more than anything else, I want to know where your necklace is. Where is that strand of pearls? Someone, I just did. That's the best question right there. Because I'll bet you they get a hold of that strand of pearls right there, and they not only have a book, a story, they got a book, they've got a, oh my gosh. They've got a series, is what they've got on that necklace right there. Because that necklace, I think, in my opinion, tells a lot of stories of a lot of lives lost, in my opinion. Now, I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying, this is pure speculation. I'm just saying, this is a possibility. And everything needs to be looked into in this case, in my opinion. And there's a whole lot more I gotta say. A lot more. Because I just had an epiphany tonight. And it scares the crap out of me. Just like that look on your face. Because you think you are untouchable. Look at you. Standing up tall. Big, tall, strong man. Almost a sneer on your face. And a smile on the other side of it. Chin jutted out. Cold eyes, man. If I ever saw eyes, these are some cold ass eyes. Looking at you, but not looking at you at all. Almost like I just know that look. I know that look. I've seen that look all my life. And why I've never seen it in you this strong, I do not know. But what came over me tonight, it shook me, put it that way. And Hunter, I want to know, where is that strand of pearls? And I want to know, is that your trophy? Was your house tested? Since you live right next door, was it tested for DNA of any kind? Because, I mean, you would have been really close to walk over there just to go take a shower, right? Just saying. I'm just working things out in my head right now. Did you really test Ethan for a pulse? Like they say you did? Because if you did, I'm just going to say it. That was overkill, buddy. Just like your speech. Because it told on you. You tattletaled on yourself. I was so embarrassed for you listening to that. Now I'm not embarrassed for you. Knowing what I know now, pure speculation. It's all only the things I've seen from all the body cams, from all the things, all the pictures, everything in this case. It's all starting to come together in my brain. And it is disgusting. And it is unfathomable that this goes on anywhere in our society. But on a campus with young adults that are just getting their lives going, about ready to go out on their own, working hard to get that degree, even having to go through all the stuff that they were put through, studying and everything else, but the partying and all that stuff. Imagine studying amongst all of this that's going on, but making it and doing well, only to meet their demise before they even step foot on that ground of freedom outside in their own adulthood. Sorry, I couldn't say that word. I'm starting to choke up. Stopped right there. I see you now. I just wonder if they do. Because I'm betting on it that they do. I'm betting on it that they know. And I'm betting on it that that thing wrapped around your neck is pure evidence right there. That's all that was ever needed right there. Shame on you. Shame on you. Please, nobody come at me. This is my opinion. If you don't like what I say, don't come to my channel. Because when things like this come up, I have to get them out of me. Otherwise, they'll make me sick. So if you have something to say, please, you don't have to be kind, but you don't have to be mean either. I do appreciate you guys, I do. I thank you for all your support. Because it's very welcomed and very needed. Okay, you'll be hearing more from me because there's a whole lot up here in my brain. It's got to get out. And in my heart. And my fucking everything. Where's Hunter? And why did he live right next door when he was already graduated? Didn't even need to be there. What was your role, Hunter? Who's Hunter? Where's Hunter? Like, where's Waldo, but where's Hunter? Are you somewhere else causing destruction? Playing the boss, but abiding by the boss's rules at the same time? Okay, alright. I'm done for this time being. I want you guys all to take a good long look at Hunter. Like I have the whole time I've been talking and making this video. All I have been doing is looking directly at him and taking in all the things I see. Don't you smirk at me, Hunter. The more I look at him, the more he smirks. The funnier he thinks this is, the more humorous he thinks this is. No, it's not funny at all. not funny.